Hey everyone, welcome back to World of Warcraft Classic Anniversary and our Night Elf Priest. I appreciate you joining me today, and I hope you are all doing well. Today we return to Darkshore to continue to aid the people of Aberdeen. But first, we begin in Narcissus, so that we may pick up our level 14 upgrades before we return. So, let's get started. Entering the Temple of the Moon now, and it looks like we actually do have an additional quest that we can pick up from Chief Archaeologist Grey Whisker. I've never picked up this quest before, so I'm excited to see where that leads us.
Greetings.
Let's see, as for level 14, let's just check the available. We've got Cure Disease, which is fantastic. Not a lot of classes get the ability to cure such effects, and particularly when we get to the Plague Lands and later on in the game, this is going to be insanely helpful. We've got our second rank of Renew, which is great, because honestly the first rank is pretty poor. We've got a new rank of Smite, which is okay. I do think we're going to keep using Smite here and there as an opener, and, until we get Holy Fire, which I think comes around level 20. And we've got some of the only crowd control that we get as a priest, at least our staple in Psychic Scream. Fearing all the enemies, or at least 2 enemies, within 8 yards for 8 seconds. I think that number goes up as ranks of Psychic Scream go up. I think that should do for now. Let's go talk to the archaeologist.
Hi.
How nice is it to see a priest interested in the great archaeological wonders of our world? Oftentimes, our work is diminished as a mere hobby by our friends in the Alliance. But what many fail to realize is that recent discoveries in Cosmodon have proven that a great and powerful force threatens all of Azeroth, from Lordaeron to Kalimdor. I am most worried about my crew that I sent to Darkshore. They haven't sent word in weeks. Travel to Aberdeen and look for a clue as to their whereabouts.
See you soon.
Yeah, very cool. Very excited about that. I'm going to take our Hearthstone back to Aberdeen. Let's see if we can find that clue. And we'll just keep going business as usual. I don't think I'll pick up any of these other quests for the time being, even though some of them have turned yellow to us. We've just got so much to do today, and I think the plan is to make the infamous run through the wetlands.
Hello.
In the next episode. I'm so glad Chief Archaeologist Grey Whisker sent for us.
Safe travels.
Oh, I guess that's it. We can't pick up another quest here until level 20, or at least until we're closer, so we will leave that alone for now. And I think what we'll do is head north this time. We went south last time, but we definitely want to take care of the Bashal Aran quest, as well as the next Buzz Box, and the Strider Meat and the Rabid Thistlebear. Let's get our bus back up, and we'll get back to work. do like playing in Dark Shore during the evening hours. It's weird. It almost feels, the zone itself feels a bit more dull during the daytime. I'm not sure why that is, but I feel like when you get closer and closer to nighttime, it feels a lot more like Silver Pine Forest, you know, than it does like I don't know, maybe like a Fellwood or a zone like that. We're approaching Bashal Aran, which we learned in the last episode used to be an actual town slash city. I always thought it was somewhat of a, or some sort of like temple or something like that. And here is Asterion. To what could I possibly owe the exceedingly special honor of a night elf such as yourself as company? Truly it says much of my current companions, with no offense to my hosts, the noble Grells and Satyrs, that your presence could be considered an improvement. But please, do not let my uncivil tongue drive you from the place. It has indeed been many years, decades even, since I had civil accompaniment. If I were to relate the story of my life, I have no doubt it would surpass the limits of your patience. Let us say that mine has been long and painful, and this spectral form is perhaps the worst torment of all. I am held here by the means of magic. Though my words may seem disingenuous, I assure you that I would be grateful beyond words if you would help me find the means of my imprisonment. A seal binds me, and by examining the earpieces of the sprites and grells, I may find a trace of it. Alright, let's collect some earrings. Let's see, yeah, our smite definitely feels much better now as well. It's actually stronger than our Mind Blast. And before it felt like it was barely doing more than like our wand casts. Pretty excited to hit level 15, which I hope we should be able to do today as well. Because I'm very much looking forward to starting to put some points into Spirit Tap. Keep our mana supply nice and healthy. I suppose in the meantime we can be a little bit more aggressive. And just use up some of this ice cold milk that we have. Chest up ahead. I'll go ahead and take a look at what's inside. I feel like battered chests aren't usually too exciting. It's not until you hit the solid chests, which honestly might not even come until like the 30 to 40 zones, that we're going to find anything truly special. I went to pick up a small lustrous pearl though. I think we'll hold on to it just in case it can be used for tailoring. I do believe that there are some recipes that can use it. Looks like we've just got one more earring to grab. We've picked up a ton of cloth along the way, which is good. I'm going to start investing into first aid now for sure. We're going to get that caught up to speed with the rest of our professions. And I'm going to try not to be too shy about buying some cloth off the auction house if we need it. Especially early on, because it's just so cheap. And at this rate, it might not even be super necessary. Let's get back to Asterion. Should have another quest or two after this to complete. And then we can move on. Indeed, the Grells of Bashal Aran do not possess that which I am searching. However, they have come into contact with it recently. I reckon that by our time, not mine, recent for me stretches into the veil of the past, almost another age. If the Grells have come into close contact with the seal that binds my eternal prison, I suspect I know the cause. No doubt the seal has come into the possession of the satyr that lead them. I feel strongly that this must be true, Alindria. One of the satyr must surely possess it. If you can obtain it, you would bring me so close to passing the bars of my prison that tears would come to my eyes. Man, I cannot read today. Maybe it's just it's probably just me, but maybe it's just how night elves talk as well. When I read human text, it is very often, just like, hey, go do that thing over there. It's not too fancy. I have been enjoying reading the quest text quite a lot, though. I just feel like I have to look at it a couple times sometimes. Yeah, I mean, especially with Night Elf lore is just so deep. Really, I mean, most of the Alliance races have extremely deep lore, but especially with the Night Elves being one of the oldest races, apart from trolls maybe being the only one that's older. Alright, we got it on our first try. It is hard for me to even believe that what I hold now is that which was held me for so long. Let us waste no time, Alindria. When the seal is destroyed, I might walk the forests of the earth freely again. It was the craft of one of the most powerful of the Highborn that created the seal that formed my prison. In Ametharan, the ruins to the south that are twin to these, persist even today in ancient flame, blue in color. In this flame, this seal could be destroyed. Be wary in the ruins, Olindria. I was kind of thinking we might have had to have, or might have should have gone north first just so we could have this quest, but I forgot about it. There's a wand here, but it is way worse than what we have now, so we will certainly pick this up. We'll get back down there eventually. Hopefully it won't be too long. So now at this point we're going to head north, and I guess we'll deal with the rabid thistlebear first, along with the collection of our remaining strider meat. Got the buzz box, and if we can, we'll just handle the lock boxes too. Let's get that first point into the shadow tree. So Spirit Tap is great. Once we have all 5 points in it, it's going to give us a 100% chance to boost our spirit, basically double our spirit after killing a target that yields experience. We'll also get mana regeneration while casting too, which is awesome for the next 15 seconds. This talent alone is why spirit is so sought after for priests in classic leveling. It makes the stat totally worth it. Heading deeper into the forest, we've got a lot of rabid thistlebear to kill. Might end up pulling some moonstalkers along the way. just triggered our spirit tap for the first time. And as you can tell by our mana bar, it's basically like we're drinking without actually drinking. It's gonna have pretty similar effect. So now we just gotta get some more points in there so it becomes a little bit more consistent. There's our last Strider meat, at least. Looks like I can see some Briarthorn behind us, so I'll have to pick that up. I feel like we've been pretty unlucky so far in Darkshore. Most of the, as far as the herbs go at least, most of the herbs we've seen have been bruiseweed, which we cannot get. All the way up to Cliff Spring River. So we're gonna have to start pushing west towards the shoreline. We're about halfway done with the bears. It's not too bad. Bears tend to have a lot of health though. They tend to go down a little bit slower. I think we're making pretty good time. There's a Psychic Scream here. And we'll see if we get lucky and get a Spirit Tap off of this first one. And it looks like we did. Should definitely help our mana situation. Just got hit with our first disease as well. It's pretty brutal. 10 minutes. Health regeneration reduced by 50%. Strength and agility reduced. Doesn't really affect us, but maybe we don't have to worry about it either way. Yeah, and I'm glad that we picked up the rest of our Strider meat, but I don't think I'm going to be farming them much like I tend to do on my Horde characters. At least not right now. They're kind of like a higher level. They're a little bit more annoying to kill. The lower level ones run really fast, and they're just kind of obnoxious. And there's also just not as many of them, so I might have to purchase some food at some point just to make sure that we keep up with it. Because Spirit's just going to be so important. Yeah, we're having a rough time here. Let's get this up. I'm going to have to Psychic Scream here. Let's get our armor up again. No Spirit Tap that time. So we're just going to have to out DPS this Moonstalker. And we're all right. But yeah, I might have to buy some stuff. I don't know how much Strider meat is going to go for. Honestly, it's probably going to be pretty expensive now that I'm thinking about it. It wouldn't be as expensive Horde side because there isn't a quest associated with it, but I think because there is a quest, you know, we're obviously on it right now, that requires you to turn in Strider meat. I think it's probably going to end up being more expensive. It might not be a bad way of making money, honestly. Like at higher levels, like when these Striders long become gray to us, I think it might actually be a not a bad business opportunity to come in here, kill them all real quick, and sell off the meat. We'll have to see how much it costs. Otherwise, we'll have to find a different recipe that also provides for Stam and for Spirit, which we might find in Westfall. And Red Ridge too, I think, also has some recipes. Looks like we made it back to the main road. looks like I found our last 2 Thistlebear. I'll be wrapping up shortly. And then we can go turn in the buzz box next. Alright, 20 bears have been killed. See how difficult it is to get to these lock boxes, but I mean, if this were hardcore, I would never attempt this, but since we aren't, I think we can handle it. See, this is another beached sea creature that I could have sworn we could interact with. But maybe we have to turn in the next quest in that chain in order to do so. Because I remember there being plenty more than just 1 or 2. There's the buzz box. The buzz box hums to life soon after you place the thresher eyes inside. There's a moment of static before you hear a familiar, tiny voice call out. Crawler wine is the best. What? Oh, you fixed it already? Wow, you're a fast one. Show. What would you like to fix another? You believe you hear a liquid being poured into a cup, followed by loud gulping sounds. The buzzbox gives a burst of static as you hear Whizbang begin to speak. The next buzzbox is number 323, ish north of Aberdeen, but where's the ale? What? Oh, ish on the road, so you shouldn't have trouble finding it near the bridge. Whizbang mumbles something incoherent before you hear a loud gulping sound. This one needs moonstalker fangs. 6 of them. So the entire point of the buzzbox questline is we're just helping a wasted gnome. And that's all we're doing here. Well, we are lowly adventurers. It's crazy to think how far we've come, though. Since nowadays we're always the hero. Hey, you gotta start somewhere. Helping drunk gnomes with their experiments. Oh, attacked by something else I couldn't see. I imagine we have to go ahead and... I imagine there's a lockbox on each of these ships. Let's see how many enemies we have to fight in order to get inside. Hopefully it won't be too bad. It's a level 17 quest, but honestly the enemies in and around this area don't appear to be that scary. I suppose the quest might get an underwater tax. Which always makes things a little bit more difficult. We're gonna have to go down to the bottom level here. See if we can do this in time. It's gonna be kind of close. We're going for it. I don't know if it's the right decision. Do we have a health potion? We do. Live! You can do it! Okay. Yeah. No, definitely would not have attempted that on hardcore. Yeah, since we are killing murlocs, we are starting to collect these, some more clam meat. I suppose we could cook that up as well. Should give us some skill points. Let's open that other lockbox. And then I think we'll probably wait on the Moonstalker Fangs. We'll probably just head back to Aberdeen. Man, there's still so much left to do in Darkshore. We'll have to get over to Westfall, do the, you know, like the absolute intro quests, and then we'll probably have to go back and forth. It probably will end up being a pain to do that. It's obviously a lot easier to go back and forth between Lochmadon and Westfall, but I suppose if we keep our Hearthstone here in Aberdeen, it probably won't be too bad. There is another player here, so it should make it a bit easier for us. If I'm not mistaken, I think we actually need Murloc Eyes for a quest in Westfall. I think. Is it for the Westfall stew? I think I'll hold on to that one. Yeah, well, we got both of those done, so that's good. Let's see, is there anything else we can do real quick? Probably not. I think we'll just head straight back to Aberdeen. I am still very curious to know what this quest is down here by the Grove of the Ancients. And why we're being sent down there as a level 11 quest. Unfortunately, I'm kind of worried that that quest is going to turn gray by the time we get back, but I mean, we'll still do it anyway. I'm anticipating that we'll have a gray quest here and there, you know, while we're between 10 and 20. It just tends to happen, especially if we include like Loch Madon in our rotation at some point. But honestly, I don't know if we will need. I don't know if we'll need to. Maybe some of like the later Loch Madon quests. You know, where we can be like post level 20 and still do a couple things. Just I definitely plan to do a lot more dungeon runs compared to what we did with the Hunter series, I think, just because I am looking forward to healing quite a bit. Let's see, can I get away with this? Don't think I can. There we go.
What can I get for you today?
Alright, I got your lock boxes right here. You've done us here in Aberdeen a great service, lass. We'll make sure that their efforts are properly taken care of, or effects. As for you, please have this. It is the least I can do for someone with the bravery to set things right. Unfortunately, the reward for this quest is not that great.
Safe travels.
It is not that great. They said those gloves were an upgrade though, which is interesting because I thought that we could make a new pair, and maybe we just haven't done it yet. Let me check tailoring real quick. So we've got these. I feel like we're pretty close to being able to make our own gloves soon. So we'll see. Let's open up the rest of these clam meats first. Might do a little bit of cooking too.
What's on your mind?
I don't think I can cook bear meat. It doesn't look like I can. It looks like I did buy some refreshing spring water. This is the general supplier actually as well, so we can buy a little bit more maybe. Not from him. There's got to be a food or drink person back at the inn that we can do a little bit of cooking there too.
What brings you here? A Shafela.
Fantastic. Try it and tell me what you think, Olindria.
May the stars guide you.
Oh, I think it's pretty good. But I also think the strider meat is pretty hard to get.
How may I help?
You have done Aberdeen a great service, Olindria, but your task is not yet complete. Return to me once you have rested. And, Olindria, prepare your mind and soul for more bloodshed.
May the stars guide you.
The survival of our people and lands comes at unfortunate costs, Alindria. You have spilled the blood of nature's servants. Many sick animals you have felled. The people of Aberdeen are indebted to you, for the forest's pain is eased, even if only for a moment. I have one final task for you, but be warned, you will have to kill again. It is my hope that this will be the last time I call upon you, Alindria. In the cave to the northeast, near Bashalaran, resides the Den Mother. Slay her. Well, we will get a green for this. Yeah, either upgrade for hands or cloak. These are both fantastic.
Good luck, friend.
But we will have to take care of that on our return trip. We'll have to take care of a lot of things on our return trip. Yeah, we'll want to pick up cave mushrooms too, I think, once we return, because I think that's in like the same sort of area. So we've got a drink vendor here. Grab some more water.
Good luck.
Okay, I think I'm gonna end it right there for now. You know what we'll do to end things off is we'll head over to Menethil Harbor. I'm surprised we're so close to level 16 already. We really, really made a ton of progress there. So much so that I think there are going to be quite a few gray quests we'll have to churn through once we reach Westfall. But we really got to get going with Westfall because we can enter the Dead Mines between 18 and 20, I would say. Maybe level 20 is probably preferred. And we're going to have to go through a pretty hefty quest chain to make sure that we collect all of the dungeon quests that we can. But for now, we'll head over to Menethil Harbor to kind of end things off for today. And you know what? I'll just set my Hearthstone to Menethil Harbor. This is typically what I do for Alliance players regardless. I know Stormwind is typically a really, probably the most popular option, but I do think it makes sense to have Menethil Harbor as our home as an Alliance character. It's the only reliable way to travel in between continents. It's, a 2-minute flight to Ironforge, so you're pretty close to a major city. And yeah, I think that'll be worth it. So we'll set our hearth there. And then in the next episode, we'll make our run through the wetlands. We'll pick up the flight paths in Thelsamar and Ironforge. We'll take the tram down to Stormwind. We'll get that flight path. We'll run to Westfall and get the Sentinel Hill flight path. We'll collect some quests along the way. We probably won't complete anything right away unless we have a decent amount of time. But I think with whatever time remains, we should be able to do some profession work. We'll take care of the cooking. We'll take care of all the cloth in our bags. We'll make a bunch of bandages. And then yeah, we'll have to make sure we pick up our level 16 abilities too. Maybe that would be the goal. Since we're only about 6 bars away, there's a chance we'll end up getting a pretty hefty amount of experience, I think, just from exploring areas, on our run through the, the wetlands in Dunmorrow and Lochmadan. So we'll see what happens with that. the Eastern Kingdoms. Finally setting foot on the other side of Azeroth. Spent quite a bit of time in Night Elven territory. It'll be definitely a nice change of pace. Alright guys, that's going to do it for me for today. As always, I appreciate you all so much for watching, and if you enjoyed today's episode, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel for more. Well, I hope to see you back here in the wetlands. Take care.